It's back. Welcome back, finally, to another episode of What's in My Soccer Bag. For those unfamiliar, this is a series that I did on my channel for basically 3 or 4 years straight, every single month, where I would highlight all of the best gear that I found myself using throughout the previous month. This includes apparel, equipment, the boots, even the bag itself. Not all items that I necessarily wore at the same time, but items that I thought were particularly good and worthy of being highlighted. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you some of the latest gear that I've personally been using. And of course, all of the gear that you see in today's video, you can get for yourself by clicking the little pop-up in the corner of the screen or the first link down below. That's gonna take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find individual buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes for all of these items, so you can pick them up below their normal retail prices. So if you missed this series and you're happy it's back, make sure you support it with a like. Wait, I actually need this. So this is the Nike Brasilia 9 size large duffel bag that I have here in gray, white, and black. It's available in a couple different colors, and the retail price on this bag is $50 US. Obviously, it's a large duffel bag. It's pretty full right now, but there's even more room just because of how big the central compartment is. It has the side pocket made out of mesh, has a regular zipper side pocket. The bottom of the bag is made out of a weatherproof material. So it's pretty straightforward from that perspective. The zippers are high quality, has all the straps you could possibly want. The unique feature here is this pocket across the front, which is kind of hidden, but you open it up and it basically creates this entire weatherproof compartment on the underside of the bag, keeping it separate from the main central compartment. So you're gonna have a side pocket and an under pocket, which is pretty cool if you wanna put your wet and dirty boots in there to keep it separate from everything else. Other than that, it's a duffel bag. If you're like me, you probably hate wedgies, which is why I wear compression shorts, these being the Under Armour HeatGear Armor 2 compression shorts. Terrible name, I know. Retail on these guys is about $27, so they're relatively inexpensive. And as far as compression shorts go, I really find that when you're talking about the ones that are under $30, which these are, the Under Armour ones seem to be the best quality and certainly last the longest. I have them here in gray. And if you've never worn compression shorts at all, they're basically just fancy underwear made out of this very stretchy material that fits quite tight. And because of how tight they fit, there is a benefit to the compression, although you're not really getting a lot of beneficial compression from these. The big thing is that I find them a lot more comfortable, and like I said earlier, they kind of prevent wedgies. So if you need some compression shorts, they're available in a couple different colors. These are fairly inexpensive and I think pretty good quality. Next up, we have a training shirt, which of course you will need for training, and I have picked out this. This is the Adidas Real Madrid 2019-2020 pre-match training jersey. Retail on this is about $60, and I thought it was pretty cool in that it has this kind of tie-dye camo type effect. A lot of you guys may have seen me wear the Juventus variation in a couple different videos, also on the Boot Nerds podcast. Shameless plug. And a lot of you guys commented that I look like a diseased cow. This is white on gray, so it's a little bit of a different pattern, but it's a very high quality material as far as the shirt is concerned. Obviously, it has the Adidas logo and the Real Madrid crest in black and white there on the front, which I think looks quite cool. And there's really not much else going on with this particular shirt. Fits great, super comfortable, $60 isn't too crazy, and it's a little bit different from the jersey, which pretty much is just plain white if you go for the home shirt every single year. So yeah, for training shorts, I went with something that is relatively inexpensive, but I think quite good. The Puma FTBL NXT training shorts, which retail for $30. There are more expensive variants of the short that do use a slightly better quality material, but this $30 variant I think is plenty for most people. It's made out of their dry cell material, which is super stretchy, nice and lightweight, non-restrictive. It does have the red Puma logo there on the left leg. But my favorite part about this, aside from the material, is the band at the waist, which is actually kind of like an elasticated band, almost like a high quality pair of underwear. It's a little bit more normal at the front, so it doesn't actually have a drawstring, which I personally really like, just because I kind of find the drawstrings are always in the way and annoying anyways, but they stay up really nicely. They're super comfortable to wear, and for 30 bucks, I don't think you can go wrong. Since winter is sort of almost basically here, you're gonna need something for cooler weather. And for a training top, I've gone with this. This is the Nike PSG 2019-2020 long sleeve training jersey, which has this kind of ugly, but at the same time, kind of amazing retro styling about it that I'm personally a really big fan of. with the PSG logo and the Nike logo, the older style Nike logo, I should say, right down the middle with this kind of V logo, I guess through there as well. A little bit of a almost paint splatter type fade at the bottom as well as near the shoulders. Obviously it's long sleeve. It does also have the thumb loops at the end. It fits extremely nice, and it's also remarkably warm given that it's lined in this kind of fleece type material. So it is extremely soft. It's a little bit pricey at $70, but it's super high quality. I think it looks the part, it's gonna last a long time. And it's also something that you can wear casually if you're into weird vintage retro long sleeve shirts, which I am. Now, obviously, if it's cold, especially for warm-ups and training, you're probably gonna wanna wear some pants as well. And I've gone for what are probably the most popular soccer-specific training pants out there for quite some time, the Adidas Tiro, this specifically being the Tiro 19, which is the latest model, ranging in price between $45 and $50, depending on which colorway variation you go for. These ones in particular are $50, not because they're black, but because you're gonna notice that they have gold Adidas stripes that are actually reflective, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, if you've had a pair of Adidas Tiro pants, which if you're watching this video, you probably have had, these are made out of a Climacool material. There is warmer variations now available as well if you want something a little bit heavier. But these are relatively lightweight. They still keep you nice and warm without overheating you. And the stripes just go right down the side. It does have the tapered leg, a little bit of a different material at the lower part just to be a little bit more stretchy to get around your calf. Obviously the zipper to open that up so you can put the pants on and take them off without removing your boots, which is really nice. Has the pockets on either side, and they're pretty much just no-nonsense pants that, like I said, are relatively inexpensive, also great if you want to wear casually. And just because I like to have options and I thought it was pretty cool, I also have been using this. This is the Nike Aero Adapt Strike Drill Top, which retails for $100. I have it in black. It's also available in white. I'm sure more colors are going to come. And it's obviously a quarter zip, long sleeve kind of training sweater. It's relatively thin, similar in thickness, I would say, to that PSG training top, although this is a much stretchier material all the way throughout. It does have a little bit of a collar as well, but you notice that it does have this kind of weird vent on the front. And then if you look at the back, there's a vent across the back of your kind of shoulders or upper back, and then the entire back has this square panel. Also, it's engineered for speed, as you can see, which means that this top will make you run 10% faster. The interesting part is what they're claiming with these vents, and that is that when you start to sweat, they are actually heat activated, meaning that they will actually allow kind of ventilation to happen to cool you off, so you're not too hot. And then when you are not sweating, it apparently traps in the heat to keep you warm. Based on my experience, I'm not sure that that actually works quite like that. As a whole, it feels like a relatively warm sweater that's also on the thin side. I like it because I think it fits quite well. I think it's very comfortable to wear. It's non-restrictive. It does keep you relatively warm if you need it. Has the thumb slots as well if that's something that you really like to have. Plus, I also think it's cool looking, so you can wear it for training, and if you want to wear it casually as well, I definitely think you can get away with it. If you're like me, when it's a little bit cold, your hands are constantly freezing, so field player gloves are a must, which is why I have the Nike Academy Hyper Warm Field Player Gloves, which are available in a couple different colors, but I have to say these are probably the nicest field player gloves I've ever come across, and I'll put them on just so you can see what they look like. It also says Nike Air on the right glove for whatever reason. They're available in small, medium, and large sizes. Retail price on them is $30, so they're not too cheap, but I have to say that they are the best in terms of overall quality. Has a little bit of that design that you find on their strapless goalkeeper gloves, which I think looks much better as a field player glove. It's made out of a nice high quality material that's super warm, stretches very nicely, has grips all the way throughout so you can still pick up the ball, do throw-ins without it slipping around on you. Really nice to have that. You'll notice on the index finger as well as the thumb, it does have some touchscreen friendly materials. So if you're sitting on the bench and you don't want to have your hands be cold, but you also want to use your phone, you're good to go. Which brings us to what is, for me, one of the most important pieces of equipment that you can have, and that is a good pair of socks. What I have here are the Adidas Copa Zone 3 traction socks, which obviously are full-length socks, so you could wear these in a match hypothetically. Personally, I just like to wear full-length socks for training. Crew socks at the very least. I never wear anything low cut. This to me is better for the winter when it is a little bit colder, just because it's slightly warmer to have longer socks. Obviously, it's a very high quality sock. It has this kind of cool X design right here across the bottom part of the shin. They fit really, really tight, which is something that I quite like, but it's the traction aspect of this sock that I think is special. And they are a little bit expensive at $36, I will admit, but it's basically a grip sock built in to what is a full-length sock, which you don't see all that often. This gray part here actually has a little bit of a grippy kind of silicone type sensation to it. Very similar to the Nike grip socks, if I'm being honest, but I would argue that these feel better quality and actually have a little bit more softness to them, which is something that I'm personally a big fan of. It runs all the way up the back of the heel as well, so you get that extra grip, not just across the bottom of your foot, but at the heel liner as well. And it's just it's a grip sock, I guess, element, but it's not as extreme as something like a pair of True Socks, which I almost find to be a little bit too grippy and slightly uncomfortable because of the added grip. So for me, I really like these. I have them in black and white. They're available in white and black as well, and probably a couple other colors. But I think if you're looking for a good pair of socks with a grip sock element to it, I've personally never tried anything better than these. Shin guards. I don't think anyone likes them, but they are a requirement. So when you have to wear them, or when I'm forced to wear them, I go with these. And these are the same shin guards that I've been using for pretty much as long as I can remember, these being from C6 Agility. They're top of the line, 4th generation carbon fiber shin guard. That's quite expensive with a $145 retail price. You can get them for a little bit less with an SR4U coupon code. However, they're basically the last pair of shin guards that you're ever going to need, made out of super high quality aerospace grade carbon fiber. Rock hard, they fit extremely well. They are ridiculously thin. The backing material is the best on this 4th generation, feels really good, doesn't absorb any moisture at all. They are extremely lightweight. They're basically the best of the best in every single category that you can measure with a pair of shin guards. This is a pair that I've been using for a little over a year now, and you can see they still look like they are brand new. So if you're interested in some good shin guards, the last pair of shin guards you'll ever need to buy, these are the ones I'd recommend. Now, if you're going to train, you're gonna need a ball. And the ball that I've been using as of late, basically for the last week, is this one right here. This is the brand new high visibility variation of the Premier League Nike Merlin 2. It's the official match ball, so it bears a retail price of $160. By no means cheap, but I really feel like this is one of, if not the very best match balls on the market right now. It feels great, the build quality is excellent, it's remarkably durable. I happen to think that this high vis variation, especially with the old school T90 logo, just looks incredible. It's my favorite looking ball on the market right now. Plus, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already pointed this out down below in the comments. It does have ACC technology, which I think is pretty meaningless, but the branding is in fact there. Either way, I think if you're looking for one of the best balls out there right now, and certainly one of the best looking, this is it. Which brings us to the boots, and I've picked the 3 pairs that I've been wearing the most over the last little while. The first pair that I'm about to show you, I've been wearing pretty consistently over the last week. It is the Lotto Solista 203, which is the laced variation of the fairly controversial reintroduction of laceless boots from Lotto that was kind of a Predator copy. Some people say this looks a little bit like a Yeezy. Some people say it looks a little bit like the X series from the Adidas brand. Either way, whatever you think of them, I think they're really, really good boots. Full knitted upper that really does have this soft sock-like sensation, a little bit of a padded feel to it as well. They fit nice, they're super comfortable. I think the sole plate base and the stud pattern is quite solid as well. They're only available in Europe as of right now, but converted to US dollars from Europe, you can get them for about $144, which is pretty inexpensive for what is a top quality pair of football boots. So if you're looking to be a little bit different and you're looking for something with a knitted upper, I definitely think these are worth a shot. Boot number 2 that I'm also a really big fan of, mainly down to the comfort, is the New Balance Tekela V2 Pro. A lot of you guys know that I was a huge fan of the original Tekela. This new variation is every bit as good as the original, but with improvements that the original really did need, mainly in regards to the overall shape of the boot as well as the lockdown. The shape has been tweaked, and they have made the lacing system a little bit bigger this time around, so you're able to achieve a better locked-in sensation, but the upper for the most part still feels great. Soft, flexible, there's really nothing to break in. They have also improved the sole plate and stud pattern, not to where I think it's one of the best ones on the market right now, but it's certainly the best one I would say on offer from the New Balance brand at the moment. I also happen to think that it's a very cool looking boot, especially in this blacked out colorway. And $220, obviously not super cheap, but kind of, I guess, on par with other top-end boots out there. And I know it's from New Balance. A lot of people are not going to give them a fair shake, but honestly, these are pretty much as good as any top-end model out there right now. If comfort is something that you're after, I definitely think you'll like these. And then the third pair is not a boot that I've worn lately, but I was wearing a lot and planned on putting them in a What's in My Soccer Bag video that was actually planned to go up about 2 months ago, but unfortunately those boots perished in the Great Poo Flood of 2019, and that boot is the Puma King Platinum for $200 if you're a fan of boots that have a leather upper, but also are extremely lightweight and relatively minimal in terms of their styling and feel, kind of a speed boot type vibe with a high quality kangaroo leather upper for $200. I'm a really big fan of the Puma King Platinum. Not to mention, I also happen to think it's one of the best looking boots on the market right now. Anyways, guys, that's it for another episode of What's in My Soccer Bag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you did and want to see this series continue again on a monthly basis, as it once did on this channel, don't forget to support this one with a like. That lets me know that you want to see more. Again, if you're interested in any of the products you saw in today's video, first link down below. Go ahead and check it out. That'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where everything is listed in the form of individual buy it now links with SR4U coupon codes to pick those items up below their normal retail prices. If you have any questions regarding anything discussed in this video, leave it down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you don't miss out on my next upload. All my social media information is linked down below in the description as well, so follow me there if you don't already. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.